Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Mind Catchers channel. I am going to do the look that everybody was asking me to do on Instagram. If you didn't see it, this is it. So yes, a lot of people were asking me to redo that look. So that's what we're doing today. I should have recorded it. I usually do, but I just didn't that day. I'm starting off with the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to apply that everywhere where eyeshadow is going to be, basically my entire lid and bottom lash line, and we're just patting it on. Now the next thing I'm going to apply is some of the LA Girl Pro Concealer. We've all seen it. This one is in Toast, and this is the shade that I usually use on my eyebrows. It's a little bit lighter than me, maybe about a shade, maybe a shade and a half, barely that, lighter than me. The next thing I did was apply an eyeshadow that's about my skin tone. I used this one right here. You can use your face powder, whatever, and I just applied it all over my lid. And I'm using a Coastal Scents blending brush. This is a 250 Coastal Scents brush, very affordable. Just putting that all over the lid. The next thing I'm going to do is use Oktoberfest by Coastal Scents. That's it right there. That's that orangey, reddish brown that everybody loves so much. That's going to be my transition shade. And if you have hooded eyes like mine, you want to go a little bit higher than you normally would for a transition shade. Take that eyeshadow a little higher. Feel for the ball of your eye and just go right on the ball of your eye, right up here at the top. The color I used is by Coastal Scents, and it's called Brownstone. That's the one that I used all over my lid. It's right here, just 99 cents. Alright, so I'm going to take a nice eye shading brush from Sigma. This is the E55. Alright, after I applied that eyeshadow, I just went around it. Same little transition brush. For my brow bone highlight, you can use anything that's like a tannish shade. You can use your face powder if you want to. You don't know what to use in the brow bone, use your face powder. I have a shade that I really like. I'm going to use, and this one is by Ofra Cosmetics, I think. Right there, and I'm not sure of the shade name. I want to say it's Ofra. I could be wrong. I received it in a BoxyCharm, but I don't know the shade name. But it's like the perfect brow bone highlight for me. After we have that going on for our eyes, we're going to use a little bit of e.l.f. gel liner, very inexpensive, and we're going to make a wing. I usually start on the outside of my eye, bottom lash line, and bring it up. And then bring it back. And if you feel like your hand is not steady to go all the way in, just leave it on the outside of the eye. For my lashes today, I'm going to be using these e.l.f. lashes. It says Luxe Lash Kit. It doesn't have a name, but if I can find it, I will leave it below. There is a number here. I'm going to leave everything below so you guys can see. Alright guys, we're moving on to the face. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer. Just applying that right on my oily areas. And you got to be careful with mattifying primers because you could put it somewhere and it will cause creasing. So I've been very, very careful. I know exactly where I get oily, and that's where I put it only. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Model's Own face primer. I showed this in one of the PR hauls. It's a company from the UK called Model's Own, and I'm going to try this out for the first time today. Let you guys know how I like it. And it feels to me like a silicone type base primer. Is very silky. So primers like this I can put underneath my eyes, and I don't think it will cause any creasing when I apply my concealer. I have a little dry spot between my brows. I'll put it there and just around the perimeter of my face. I'm going to be using for my face 2 shades from Makeup Forever. I mixed them because one is a little bit too light, one is a little bit too dark, but together they're just right. So I'm going to mix them. I'm using my Real Techniques buffing brush. Okay, so I stipple it on. I'm sorry the mirror was right in you guys' face. And if you guys have not tried the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation, give it a try. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's one of my faves right there at the top. I would say in my top 3. And I believe that there is a shade in between these two. I'm going to leave the numbers down below. I believe there is a shade in between these two, but I felt like I'm definitely going to use up these two before I go and purchase a whole new one. I don't mind mixing them. And then when they're all gone, I'll try the one in between. I hope that's an exact match. When you're doing your foundation, make sure you hit up that stash area. Make sure to get around the perimeter of the face. Get under that double chin. Get all around there, all the way over by the ears. For our under eye highlight, I'm using Makeup Forever. Again, this is their Ultra HD Concealer. This one is in Y49. A little bit lighter than me. Not going crazy light, but it is a little bit lighter than me. Right under the eye with that. And I also take a little bit of this on my forehead. And when I notice any harsh lines around my highlight, I usually take my foundation brush, if I'm using a brush, and go right along there to blend it myself. Why everything is still not, not set yet. And this is actually something new I started doing. For the contour, still loving that Pure Cameo concealer stick. I'm going to place that. You can get dark or deep. If you're my complexion, dark or deep will work for you. I'm going to use my foundation brush again. Instead of the beauty blender, I'm going to try it out with my brush. And you see how I'm pinching my brush, fan it out. Or you can use a fan brush or something, but today this is just what I'm doing. There are no rules. And I'm curving it up by my cheekbone. My little cheek, curving it up. I'm going to lightly take an all over face powder. I'm using, and I've been liking this, the Mary Kay Foundation in Bronze 5. It is a mineralized foundation, so it's not heavy at all. Just open up the sifter a bit, put it in the cap, press my little puff down in there. And all of the darker areas of my face, where the regular foundation was, where the contour was, that's what I'm going to do. The highlighted areas, I'm not going to do with this powder. For my highlighted areas, I'm just going to use this Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 powder. This is in Golden Dark. Just taking any little fluffy brush I have, and I'm just pressing it into the highlighted area. Also, for our eyes, we're going to go right back into it. I'm going to go back into that brownstone color from Coastal Scents and apply that to my bottom lash line. Once again, in Makeup Forever, for the eye pencil, this is the M10. This is their Aqua XL pencil in M10, just a matte black, and it's waterproof. And I'm just going to repeat the mascara. I actually used the Urban Decay Perversion mascara on my top lashes before I put on my eyelashes, so I'm sorry I didn't remember to tell you guys that. For blush, I'm going to go into this one right here from MAC. I'm not sure on the color. I'm really not. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it down below or in the video. And for applying the blush, I'm going to use this beautiful Real Technique. Look how fluffy that is. Amazing. I'm going to be using this. This is their powder brush. I'm going to use that. Apply blush. Very, very pretty. This brush is very soft. Now, when I did this makeup look the other day, I used it with a deep brown lip liner. This one is Pitch from ColourPop. And it's like you almost cover up your lips with the lip liner. And then we apply Stone from MAC. Now with the initial look, I don't think I put on any blush at all. So I don't know if that's gonna change it up for you guys too much, but I didn't put on any blush at all. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to spray my face with a little bit of Fix Plus, if I can find it. Yes, Fix Plus. Alright guys, so this is your completed look, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Simply gorgeous. I didn't, like I said, change too much, just the blush. I don't think I wore any when I did that look the first time. And this is it. So very, very cool tone. Something I think that you could wear anytime. I really don't. I know everybody's into bright and beautiful colors for the spring. I'm going to do a few spring tutorials and summer tutorials with bright, beautiful colors. But I think this could be worn anytime. You could switch out the lipstick, do something a little bit more nude or skin toned or something like that. And that's about it. I really think it's nice. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed. There are more videos to come. Stick with me and I will see you guys in the next video. Cyber kisses. Bye.